Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to listen to some mumbly jumbly. All the way from St. Albans, your host for tonight, Abs the Magic, Supercoach Godfather.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining. In today's episode, we're going to talk about these practice games. Everything has now changed. We need everyone just to calm down now. Just calm down. Now, remember, at the start of my very first episode, I said your team structure relies on your rookies. Well, today is proof. Your entire structures will change. Nothing will be what it was before today's game started. Everyone will change their teams. Okay, it has to change, and we're gonna have to change our structures. It looks like all the value is in the midfield. Okay, so you've got to. I'm gonna do a team reveal. Two team reveals. One will be next week. And then my final team reveal, the one I'm going to start with, will be the following week. Now, from these practice games, the unthinkable happened. Unthinkable things happened. We had rookie midfielders scoring 100 points. Like there was two of them, and we still haven't seen Phillips yet. So we may have to field 3 rookies on field now, and plus we still had Warpool that went nuts. So we may have to change a few things, and we got to see how Sheed plays. But I mean, we're gonna start with Hopper for sure. So there's a lot of things and a lot of value out there that you just can't miss, because all these value players, you're gonna upgrade them to primos, and they'll be very short stepping stones to fallen primos, and you should be able to build a team really quick. So let's go through some games. Now, before we go through some games, I have a small announcement to make. So just calm down. That's coming. The games are coming, okay? Now, we've got this Godfather challenge, okay? What we're doing, all right, the aim of this challenge is to show you the greatest talents that we have, who are our content creators. I'm going to show you all of them. I'm going to try to find them. I'm going to dig them out. I'm going to pull them by their hair. I'm going to bring them all out here. Everyone's going to come out here. I'm going to show you all of them. The best talent, the best young talent, or even old talent. Doesn't matter. They could be old like me. But the best talent that we've got, I'm going to reveal them all. Now, what is good for you to have? All right. See here. So you know how you got the man's shed. Okay, you got your garage at home. You have tools in there, or even a doctor has his tools. Everyone has their tools. Okay, even a cameraman will have some tools. They'll have editing equipment. Well, as a super coach, you need tools. So here are my tools. Look at all these tools I've got. These are all. Not the bottom. This is how to play FIFA. But don't worry about those tools, okay? They're not important. Just come down. But I've got all the tools. I need all the. You can see that they've put up a post. You sort of look at them, so you can go through all of them. Jackson Davey, break evens. I got all of them. So you got to have all of them all. Just have them all on the side. This doesn't hurt you. It's good to have some tools on the side. Just sometimes you're bored. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Supercoach Insider's video now. So it's good to have all the tools around you. And that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you all these little tools. I'm giving you all the content producers so you can see their work. Okay, just come down and just subscribe to them and get all the tools you need. Okay, let's continue with the first game. Okay, we go over to the Hawthorn and Collingwood game, and this game changed my entire structure. My whole team is going to change now because of this one game. When the game started, at the very start, first quarter, okay, I was saying to myself, I'm not going to have any Hawthorn players in my team. I don't think I want any Hawthorn players. And then by half time, I changed my mind. Everything changed. Warpool went nuts. Now, I don't know if he's going to still be in my team, but he looked very impressive. I don't know how I'm not going to get him in my team. Mackenzie, I'm going to have to start him on field. Now, if Phillips goes nuts, Mackenzie goes nuts, and we've already seen another player go nuts. Ashcroft, he went nuts. You have to start all 3 of them. Which means structure change, because rookies come first. Okay, you build your whole team around the rookies. So Mackenzie now is on field. Okay, it's not even a question now. He's just on field. It's for me. It's 100% on field. Now Sicily looked good. He didn't do much in the first half. He was very quiet in the first half. Then he did what Sicily does. He always does this. He starts slow and goes fast, or he starts fast and goes slow. But it's always something in between. And when he has a day out and starts fast and continues fast and he goes nuts. So, Supercoach relevant players. Who else was there? There was Newcomb. He scored 92, had 27 touches. It's not enough. It's not enough for your key if he's going to be your primo keeper, it's not enough. Amon looked good. Only scored 90 because he's got a wing role. He did come on to the midfield a few times in the middle, but I don't think it's enough. Day looked good. He's cheaper. He's had 20 touches. He played in the guts on stages. Played on the wing a bit. Played everywhere virtually. Scored an 88, so that's something to think about with Day. I'm not sure I'll start with him, but that's something that you can think about. Now with Green, now he was impressive. Okay, again. He scored 3 goals, okay? Now, 3 goals, scored 84 points. Now, think about it, all right? 5 kicked 3 goals, scored 88 points. So, you're virtually getting the same thing, but for 100k, all right? But the thing is with Green is you can't start him on field. You got to put him on the bench, all right? Because there's going to be a day where he kicks only 1 goal, and those 84 points is going to be like 50 points, and it's going to hurt. So he's a player for the bench. Now, Moore looked good in the first half. Okay, he looked sensational. In the second half, he played more forward, where in the first half, he played a bit more in the midfield. So they sort of shifted him around. And so I was very impressed with Moore in the first half, but then my interest dropped in the second half because I saw him go forward again, which is going to happen with Moore. He's going to have days where he's in the midfield and days where he's in the forward line. So it depends which version of Moore we get. That he'll go nuts. Now, who else is interesting here? Meek. A lot of people are interested in Meek. He didn't do much. Okay, kicked 1 goal. The problem with Meek was Reeves took a lot of the ruck time as well. Like Reeves had 13 hitouts. Meek had 15 hitouts. And Cox had 28 hitouts, where Cameron had 18. So Cox went huge in the ruck. Right, but Cameron still managed to score 97 points with only 18 hitouts and a lot of ruck time. So that's something to think about with Cameron. Let's get back to Hawthorn. That's it with Hawthorn. The only 2 players of interest, 3 players of interest. Well, there's a few more actually, but the 2 rookies of interest are Mackenzie and Green. You virtually have to start both. Okay, it's not even a question now. You have to do it. And Warple is something you need to think about. Go off the heart with Warple, all right? So it's something. It's an option. He had 30 touches, okay? 20 of them were at half time, so he only had 10 touches after half time. He actually didn't have as much time on ground and played a bit more forward in the second half. And they're probably resting him. He did too much work in the first half. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, Ward looked alright too, 93 points. But Ward isn't the same price as Mackenzie is, or what he was last year. So Mackenzie is a big standout here. Now, the interesting thing for Hawthorn was they were tagging, all right, and it's a practice game and they're tagging. So obviously they're gonna tag all year. So when you have a player that you want to pick as captain, just be careful when they play Hawthorn, because it looks like they're going to tag all year. Because if they're going to tag in a practice game, they're going to tag in a normal game. All right, so just to be very careful now. Okay, just calm it down. Now with Collingwood, all right, the Goey. I wish he had forward status. I would have picked him. He looked sensational. All right, it's a practice game. He was tackling. He had 3 tackles. He was going nuts. And like 5 free kicks for and 2 against. He was 120 for the Goey. He looked really good. Now forget about Crisp. All right, don't worry about Crisp. Now this is the wrong Dacos. This is not the Dacos you're after. So forget about him. Now Tom Mitchell, he looked good. All right, but that's pretty much 110 is his cap, I would say. He's not the old Tom Mitchell. He's not that 130, 140 guy, all right? He's not, like Pendle said, Tom Mitchell ain't going to get those 40 touches anymore, all right? Or the 50 touches he once got. He's going to go roughly about 28, 30. And out of that 28, 30, have a look at this. 8 kicks and 20 handballs. So he's going to he just feeds off the ball. He gets the hard ball. He lays his tackles, 5 tackles. He's just going to handball it off. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'd want to start with Teamich, all right? Considering you got Warpool who could score the same thing and he's at 300k, so I'm not sure that Tom Mitchell is actually a good option. I'm not sure he's going to be a top 10, all right? So for me, it's a pass at the moment. Or go for the Hearts, okay? Because he can have a good game. Now, others to take note of, I mean, we look at Darcy Cameron. He had a good game, 97, and he didn't. Cox shared the ruck with him, so it was a split. Mind you, they were playing against Hawthorn, okay? So Hawthorn rucks, they're not the best, but still, he was okay. Now Lipinski is out for a while. He was having a good game too, but it looks like he got injured, so he could be out for 4 months. I heard dislocated shoulder, so he could be gone. Now Dacos was tagged. All right, he scored 72. It's not bad for a hard. It was a hard tag. It wasn't a soft tag. He was virtually following every footstep he took. So it's not bad. 72. So he can go. He can get you those hundreds going by that. By a hard tag that he got for 72. So that's actually quite impressive. Who else do we have here? And that's pretty much it for Collingwood. Was there any rookies that went nuts? Let's have a look. Not really. The rookies. Not really. Hardly any. So probably the Collingwood rookies, we're probably not going to get any of them. Now the Freo Port game. Players of interest. I'm not going to go for all the players because I'm even going to go for the players of interest, okay? Which is the players that most people will select in their Supercoach team, because I'm not sure Bergman is one of those players, but he had a good game, 25 touches. He went nuts. But players of interest will be Rosie, okay? Had a good game, 114, had 11 kicks, 14 handballs. He looked good. Who else was there of interest? Houston is going to be probably a low percentage owned player, but he looked okay. 25 disposals, but only 72 points, so nothing to really scream about. Now Wyans probably just had a normal day. 26 touches. It was just going at his normal pace. I mean, he's not going too hard at the moment, so don't take note of the score. Horn Francis had 21 touches, 16 kicks, 5 handballs. It's not much. 70 points is not much for 16 kicks. Yeah, I mean, he needs to average 100 for you to have him in your team, and I'm not sure Horn Francis is a 100 averaging player. Who else have we got here? Butters is another one that's popular. Okay, he played more on the forward line than he played in the midfield. Butters did. So well, that's how I saw it anyway. Mind you, I didn't watch the whole game, so I'm only saying I watched probably half a game because I switched channels. I went to watch the Brisbane and Geelong game because it was more interesting for me because there was players that I needed to see. And I'd already seen enough of Rosie, and I'd already seen enough of Lysette. Just come down if you got Lysette, okay? And so I didn't see much of Butters. So you may want to go to other channels that may have seen Butters better, all right? So I didn't really watch Butters that well. And speaking of Lysette, okay? Oh my god, he was in my team. I had so much high hopes for him. I mean, he didn't play the whole game. Apparently he played like 50, 60%. He didn't play much because he was sharing the ruck with the other one. T-Cool, who didn't do much either. So, yeah, I think Port Adelaide, I mean, they got monstered. They got monstered by Darcy. Darcy just went nuts. And you expect Darcy to well and truly beat all of them. So he only did 38 hitouts. How many hitouts did Lysette get? 19 hitouts. And T-Cool got 1 hitout. So they got well and truly beaten. And speaking of Lysette again, we'll go back to Lysette. He's out of my team, all right? I can't put him in my team. It's embarrassing for me. If I put him in my team, you're all going to laugh at me. Just calm it down. Okay, so he's not in my team. And that's it for Port. I mean, my main player I watched was Rosie, and I've seen enough. And it was Lysette again. We're talking about him again, and I've seen enough. He was actually sort of in and out of my team. But now he's out. Okay, he's gone. And I don't even know who to replace him with yet. I haven't worked out my team yet. I was doing the draft today, so I couldn't do it. Now, let's go have a look at Freo. Now, with Freo, Darcy looked good, but there was no Jackson. But I don't think it matters much. Darcy's still going to get 70%. So let's say Darcy got 128. Let's say Jackson would have taken some. Because who else got the hit-outs? No one else got hit-outs except for Darcy. Tracy had a good game, 91. Supercoach points. He played a bit of ruck, looks like. Or probably the forward line. Kicked 2 goals. But looks like Darcy had majority of the ruck. So I don't know if he's going to get that much ruck time once Jackson's in. He'll probably get a lot of ruck time, but probably not as much as he got on this game. All right, so just don't expect 128 because I owned Darcy last year, so I know all about him. He made me lose some hair as well. Anyway, Brody had a good game, but Brody's not that cheap anymore, so he might not be an option anymore. Fife had 3 goals and only 88 points. It's not a lot of points for 3 goals, 2 behinds. So I'll be a bit wary of Fife. He's not going to kick 3 goals. I mean, kicking 3 goals every week will give you a score of roughly, 3 times 24. So that's, is it 3 times? Yeah, it's 3 times 24. So that's 24, 48, 72. He's not going to get 72 goals in a year. So, yeah, so only had 14 disposals. I mean, that's not much. Brayshaw played more of an outside game, but looks he had good fantasy points, but obviously disposal efficiency let him down. And that's pretty much. And Young was the other one. He had 19 disposals, 10 by kick, but only scored 79. Disposal efficiency very good, but I don't know because Cox went nuts in defence. Well, I'm assuming because he kicked 1 goal. I didn't really watch. Like I said, I didn't really watch this game that much. There was nothing of interest for me to watch this game because I wasn't going to get many of the Freo players, and I was only looking at Rosie, and I've seen enough, so that was it for me. And that's pretty much it. The biggest game to watch was the next game. It was the Geelong game. It was crazy. I'm going to tell you in a minute why. Actually, I'm going to tell you now. Now, the Geelong and Brisbane game, okay, let me tell you something now, okay? Dunkley, I'm going to put him as captain straight up. I'm not going to have a loop play this in round 1. Dunkley's my captain straight up. He looks so good. And 31 disposals, 7 tackles. He's a machine. And I expected this from Dunkley anyway. All right, so and I was going to always make him. It was going to be Bonton, Dunkley, captain and vice captain. But I'm just going straight up captain of Dunk. The worst he can score is 110. All right, that'll be the worst case scenario. It'll be 110. But I'm expecting more. Now for Brisbane, we got Dunkley in the midfield. We got McCluggage in the midfield. Now McCluggage is not Supercoach relevant. Oh, he might be. I don't know. You might pick him. But you got Dunkley and McCluggage. You got Neil. You've already got 3 of the biggest guns in the midfield. So Ashcroft doesn't really fit in that midfield, yet he still had 26 touches, and he still had 96 points. He played a lot of off half back, and he played in the midfield as well. He did go in that midfield, so he looked good. And I was gonna do I was actually hoping that Ashcroft played forward, so that 70% of people that own Ashcroft can own a forward that only scores 60s. But it's not going to be the case because Ashcroft went nuts. And he didn't even do much, and he went nuts because he's a ball magnet, and his touches. Look, you compare your fantasy with Supercoach, it's the same. It means it's clean. The touches are accurate. The disposal efficiency is very good, and that's what it was. Where is it? Where is he? Ashcroft. Okay, 97, 96. So yeah, he's very good. And who else is Supercoach relevant here? Right. Well, some people might have gone for Rayner because he's playing in the back row, but it doesn't look that good. 38 fantasy points, 57 Supercoach points, so he's going to be a pass. Now, McKenna had 14 touches, 53 points. Now, you're going to pay 180k for McKenna. I don't know if it's the right man for the job. I don't even know if he'll get a gig. Now, Wilmot looked good on the wing, but didn't get much touches, only 9 touches, but it's good enough to keep on your bench. You don't want to put him on field, okay? 50 points. I think 60 is his cap. He may have a 70, he may have a day out, but he's not a player that I'd want to put on field. And that's pretty much it for the Lions. Now, when we come to Geelong, there's some things changed, okay? This man here, Braun, he was only in 3% of teams. He didn't have many touches, 19 touches, all right? 19, but 7 tackles. He's a machine. And 113 Supercoach points. Now, you can get him as a forward for 300k. I think 310 off memory. Abs Magic at the moment are in contract talks with him. So we're talking with him right now. He's interested. He's piqued my interest, okay? Just coming down. All right. Now, Stewart I was very happy with. All right. Didn't score much, 91. That's not much for Stewart. But his role was so good. All right. So I'm very happy with Stewart. I'm going to start with Stewart. Most likely I'm going to start with him. Who else is Supercoach relevant here? People were talking about Holmes. On the wing again, because inside was Braun. Okay, he had a few inside minutes, but not much. Danger, well, probably just a day out for just a normal little jog for him. He didn't do much, 62, but I don't think he's Supercoach relevant anymore. Ratagalia is the interesting one. I had him at R2, all right? I was thinking about putting him at R2. If it wasn't going to be Lycett, it was going to be Ratagalia. 34 fantasy points tells a story. He doesn't get much of the ball, all right? Took a few intercept marks. The scoring's not going to be there for him. He hasn't got the role. I'm passing. Probably going to pass on Rataglia. I'm not going to even put him in my team. And it's a shame because I was really looking forward to having Rataglia as R2. I was going to structure my whole team around Rataglia, but it's not going to work. And so he's not going to be in my team either. Now, who else is here of interest? Not really anyone else. The only other player that was of interest is Bowes, and he didn't play. So he had a bit of a calf injury, apparently. So that's it for our practice game. And, I'll catch you on the next episode with our next set of practice games. But don't forget to watch this one, the challenge. I'm bringing up all the young talent that Supercoach has to offer. All our content producers are all going to be on show, so you can see them all. Anyway, and don't forget, remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.